Here's a solid YouTube script in English for Lada Niva VAZ-2121, about 4 to 5 minutes long, perfect for your channel The Car Lab. Clapperboard script, Lada Niva VAZ-2121. Intro 0 to 030. Welcome back to the Car Lab. Car Sparkles. Today, we're talking about a true legend of the off-road world, the Lada Niva, also known as the VAZ-2121. Produced in the Soviet Union back in the late 1970s, this rugged little 4x4 has become one of the most iconic vehicles in automotive history. Let's dive in and explore what makes the Niva so special. History 030 to 120. The Lada Niva was first introduced in 1977, designed by VAZ. It was one of the first mass-produced SUVs that combined a unibody structure with permanent four-wheel drive. At a time when most SUVs were big, heavy, and expensive, the Niva stood out as affordable, compact, and incredibly capable. Its simplicity and toughness quickly made it popular, not just in the Soviet Union, but across Europe, Asia, and even South America. Design 120 to 2 o'clock. The design of the Niva was straightforward and functional. With short overhangs, high ground clearance, and a boxy body, it was built for real off-road conditions. Inside, things were basic, no luxury, no unnecessary features, just the essentials. But that's exactly why people loved it. It was reliable, easy to repair, and perfectly suited for harsh terrain. Performance 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Under the hood, the original Niva came with a 1.6-liter gasoline engine, producing around 75 horsepower. It wasn't the fastest SUV, but speed wasn't the goal. What mattered was its off-road ability. Permanent four-wheel drive, a locking center differential, and a low-range gearbox gave the Niva incredible capability. Whether it was muddy roads, snowy mountains, or rocky trails, the Niva could handle it all. Global impact 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Over the years, the Lada Niva gained a cult following worldwide. Farmers, adventurers, and even military forces used it because of its durability. It became known as the Russian Jeep, affordable, simple, and unstoppable. Even today, more than 40 years later, the Niva is still in production with only minor updates. That's how strong the design really is. Outro 4 o'clock to 4:30. So, whether you see it as a Soviet classic or a budget off-road hero, the Lada Niva VAZ-2121 remains one of the most legendary 4x4s in the world. Would you take this classic for an off-road adventure? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more car stories here on the Car Lab. Fire. Clapperboard extended script, Lada Niva VAZ-2121. Intro 0 to 040. Welcome back to the Car Lab. Car Fire. Today, we're going deep into the history of a true off-road legend, the Lada Niva, also known as the VAZ-2121. This small but mighty 4x4 is one of the toughest vehicles ever built, loved for its durability, simplicity, and incredible off-road skills. Let's take a closer look at why this Soviet SUV became famous around the world. History 040 to 140. The Lada Niva was launched in 1977 by VAZ, the same company that built the classic Lada sedans. At that time, most 4x4s were based on trucks, large, heavy, and expensive. But the Soviet Union wanted something different, a compact and affordable off-roader for everyday people. Engineers combined the ruggedness of a Jeep with the comfort of a passenger car, creating one of the first true crossover SUVs in history. The result was the VAZ-2121 Niva. Design and build 140 to 2